Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Okay, how are you today, girls? Okay, I hope you all are always in healthy condition, right? Okay, so today we are going to cover 2.3 main organ for transpiration, the third subtopic on chapter 2. Okay, so these are the learning standards of our subtopic today. Okay, number 1. Justify the necessity of transpiration in plants. Okay, number 2, describe environmental factors that affect rate of transpiration, which are referred to the 4 factors like intensity, temperature, air movement, and relative air humidity. Okay, number 3, conduct experiment to study the effects of environmental factors on the rate of transpiration using a photometer. Right? Okay. Okay. Next, we go to the necessity of transpiration in plant. Okay, what do you mean by necessity? Necessity is referred to the importance. So why transpiration is very important in plant? Okay, before that, let's go to the meaning of transpiration. Okay, actually, what is transpiration? So transpiration is a process of water loss in the form of water vapor through evaporation from the plants to the atmosphere. Right? Okay, from the plants to the atmosphere. Right? Proses kehilangan air dalam bentuk uap air melalui penyejatan daripada pokok kepada atmosfera. So 90% of water diffuse out through stomata pores in the leaf. Alright, okay, so these are the list of the necessity of the transpiration in plant, or why is transpiration required in plants. So let's go to this diagram. Right? Okay, what we can see here, the process of transpiration occur here. Alright. Okay, so starting from the roots. Roots absorb water from the soil. Right? Okay, what we can see here, the water diffuse into the roots of the plant. Right? Okay, by what process? Do you still remember? Okay, by osmosis. Right? Okay, and then the water enters into the xylem, and xylem transport water upwards in the plant stem. And then the leaf vein transport water to the leaf, right? Okay. So what happened here? Water evaporates into the atmosphere through transpiration. Okay, through transpiration by stoma, right? Okay, so what we can see here, the process of transpiration occur. The process of water loss through evaporation, from the plants to the atmosphere. Right, okay, so what we can see here, the necessity, the plant roots absorb water. Okay, what we can see here, the plant root absorb water and mineral salt from the soil. Okay, number 2, water absorb heat energy from the leaf and evaporates as water vapor to give a cooling effect. So after the water vapor, the water vapor loss, water vapor loss from the plant, so it will give a cooling effect to the plant, right? Okay. Then number 2, produce a pulling force that move the water and mineral salts continuously in the xylem vessel. So when the transpiration is start to occur, it will produce a pulling force, pulling force to pull up the water, to pull up the water up until to the leaf. And what happened? The water diffuse out by the stoma, okay, by evaporation. Okay, now we go to the environmental factors that affect the rate of transpiration. Okay, before we go to the environmental factors, can you see this diagram? Okay. The rate of transpiration is affected by various environmental factors. Okay, can you answer this question? Is the rate of transpiration of plant in the desert and in the tropical rainforest different? Are they different or not? Right? Okay, you may answer after we discuss the environmental factors in the next slide. Okay, this one, does a polluted surrounding affect the rate of transpiration? Okay, what do you think? Is there any effect on the polluted environment to the rate of transpiration? Alright, okay, so now let's go to the 4 factors that affect the rate of transpiration. Okay, first factor. First factor is light intensity. Keamatan cahaya. Alright, okay, so please look at this graph. This graph. So the vertical refer to the rate of transpiration. So this one refer to the horizontal. Okay, which is refer to the manipulated variable here. Okay, so the light intensity. So what we can see from the graph here, the graph here keep increasing at the beginning. Keep increasing at the beginning, and then it will become constant. Alright, okay. So what happened here? So what we can conclude from here, the higher the light intensity, the higher the rate of transpiration, right? The higher the light intensity, the higher the rate of transpiration. Okay, so in other words, if the light intensity increases, the rate of transpiration will increase until it become constant, right? Okay, so until it become constant here, right? Become constant here. Okay, why the rate of the transpiration become constant? Okay, so the answer is here. The rate of transpiration is constant because the relative air humidity, temperature, and air movement become the limiting factors. So the other factors as a limiting factors. That's why the rate of the transpiration will become constant. Alright, okay. That is the first factor, light intensity. Okay, let's go to the temperature. Okay, temperature. Okay, look at the graph also here. Okay, what we can see from here. Okay, an increase in temperature, increase the kinetic energy of water molecules, thus increasing the rate of transpiration. Okay, or in other words, right? In other words, the higher the temperature, the higher the rate of transpiration. Okay, so why the temperature is become higher? Because the kinetic energy of water molecule increasing. Right? Okay, so that is referred to the relation between the temperature and the rate of transpiration. Okay, I repeat, the higher the temperature, the higher the rate of transpiration. Okay, the third factor, the relative air humidity. Relative air humidity. So air humidity refer to the content of the water vapor in the air. Right? Okay, if air humidity is higher, what do you mean by air humidity is higher? It is referred to the high content of water vapor in the air. Right? Okay, so if air humidity is lower, right, what do you mean? It is referred to the content of the water vapor in the air is low. Okay? Okay. The higher the relative air humidity, what we can see here, the lower the rate of transpiration. The lower the rate of the transpiration. But the explanation here is in opposite. The lower the relative air, the faster water vapor escape from the atmosphere. therefore the rate of transpiration become higher. Okay, so ini bermaksud semakin rendah kelembapan udara, ya, semakin rendah kelembapan udara, semakin cepat ya wap air diffuse out from the stomach. Oleh itu, the rate of the transpiration becomes higher. Right? Okay. So, but on this graph, what is the relation? The higher the relative air humidity, the lower the rate of transpiration. Okay, why? Because the slower the water vapor escape from the stomach. Okay, the fourth factor. Yeah, fourth factor, air movement. Okay, the movement of air carries away water molecules that have been discussed out from the leaf. Okay, hence the faster the air movement, the faster the rate of transpiration. So this is referred to the relation of the air movement and the rate of transpiration. Okay, look at this graph. This is referred to the air movement or wind speed, yeah, and the rate of transpiration. So what is the relation here? The higher the air movement, yeah, the higher the rate of transpiration. Yeah. Okay, why? Because the water vapor are easily to escape, and when the wind speed is higher. Yeah. Okay. So that's all on the environmental factors that affect the rate of transpiration. So make sure you can relate the environmental factors that affect the rate of transpiration. Okay. So again, what we can relate from the light intensity and the rate of transpiration. The higher the light intensity, the higher the rate of transpiration until it becomes constant. Okay, second one. The factor of the temperature. Yeah, the higher the temperature, the higher the rate of transpiration. Okay, the third one. Okay, the higher the air humidity, the relative air humidity, the lower the rate of transpiration. Okay, number 4. Yeah, the higher the air movement, the higher the rate of transpiration. Okay. Right, okay. So, before we end our class today, okay, please answer formative practice 2.3. Okay, that's all for now. If you have any question, okay, do not hesitate to ask me, right? Okay, so anytime. Okay, thank you, girls.